Hi, good afternoon, folks. Now that the dust has settled a little, let's talk about it a bit. Coming up. Okay, I took down a few notes here. Just listening to the instigators, and they brought up some really valid points, which I wanted to go over. And where we're all at. Look, I mean, everybody's upset still about a lot of emotions coming out with this, right? I mean, it was a long stretch of frustration we just went through. So it's we're coming out of like an emotional hangover, it feels like, with this thing. All right, Rob Ray, which I really value Rob Ray's opinion. I do. I could care less for opposing fans that don't like Rob Ray. Rob Ray is a great color commentator. He really is. He's straight to the point. I mean, it got to the point in that 6-0 game. I don't know if you guys caught this. He just couldn't even talk about the game. And RJ just took over and said, "Don't worry, I got this." Like this is how frustrated he was. So think about it, All right, Ray said he believes that Adams has talked with candidates already. They said, "Do you have any proof of this?" He just said no, but he said it's obvious. Like he said, he believes Torts would be a perfect fit to teach respect for the game and each other. And I believe that too. I do. For a coach that was hated by many fans years ago, boy, do we all want him now in a lot of rooms, eh? Another point that was brought up by the guys was too many players feel it's a totem pole in that dressing room. And we can't have that. It's got to be an equal thing going on in that dressing room. It can't be a totem pole. Can't be unhealthy. If it's like that, and I'm guessing it is, because it seems like really toxic over there right now. It does. In that dressing room, then some players have the advantage of Kruger. Some people took advantage of Kruger being such a nice guy. Very possible. I could see that. I don't know. Being in all honesty, it's easy to blame just Kruger. What about the players? They got to be held accountable for what's happened, right? I mean, they were on the ice not trying. We can't pretend that didn't happen. Kruger didn't say, "Hey, I don't want you not to try." I mean, you know what I mean? We seen it. And that 6-0 game was just disgusting. I mean, they weren't even sweating. It was ridiculous. Most importantly to me, okay? We have to be careful and make sure other teams do not take advantage of us because of the time and situation that we are in right now. And I believe that 100%. There's going to be teams out there, folks, that are going to try and take advantage of us right now. And sorry, if Jack wants to be traded, he will wait till we get the right deal. That's it. And people say that's not fair. Sorry, $10 million a year. He's fine. Okay, come on. Now, if he's out for the year, that's fine also. But if he says I'd like to have a trade, I won't blame him. To be honest, I won't blame Jack for that. I won't. But at the same time, we've got to get value back. And I'm reading some notes with all over different lounges, people saying you're not going to get much for him. He's injured. He's this. Then we hang on to him. Sorry, he's under contract. No. So we're not going to be held ransom because somebody's feelings are hurt or whatever. No. We have to hang on to him till we get proper return. That's the business, folks. No. That's just where I stand with it. If we collapse, now if Adams screws up in the Jack trade, that's going to be his legacy. A lot of people said years ago, I remember, that we would never get equal value we're never going to get equal value for Eric Lindros back in the day. And that trade propelled 2 Stanley Cups in Colorado for them because they made the right deal. There was a guy named Peter Forsberg that wasn't too damn bad in that, and Ricci. There was some good pieces that went back, in that deal. So we can get the farm. And people that say otherwise, sorry, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. We can get the farm because everybody talks about him. If he wasn't so damn important in the NHL and so awesome, why is everybody talking about him then? You tell me, opposing fans. Well, you're not going to get nothing for him. Then why do you guys keep talking about him? Like we'd be stupid to trade him. It's contradictory, right? You guys would be stupid to trade him, but you're also going to get nothing for him. Which one is it? You can't have both. You can't. It doesn't work like that. No, it's one or the other. We're going to get a good return if we trade him. If. That's a big if. We might not. I talked about some pieces that we can trade. Yes, I believe we can get first rounders for those guys. No doubt in my mind. If we traded Sam and didn't get a first rounder, we're out of our minds. We're out of our minds. We are. This guy's coming into his prime. Are you kidding me? This guy can run. You've seen it. How many times have we seen it? Sabres fans, non-Sabres fans haven't seen this, but Sabres fans have, where Sam has run the team when Jack's hurt. Come on. We've seen it. And Risto, we all know, is worth a lot more than a lot of haters gave him credit for a few years ago. So let's just leave it there and see. Now, I believe we should be open for business on anybody. That's just where this fan is at, because it doesn't make any sense to put certain players through another rebuild. It's not fair, to be honest. And it doesn't serve any purpose. It doesn't. You're going to have our leaders with these young guys in the pipeline coming up being led by guys that have known nothing but a losing culture. Think about it. You know, it's no. And those guys up there that are in the top of the pipeline in our organization, we can get a lot for all of them. Now's the time, you know? Now's the time. So I am going to be watching a guy named Jeff Skinner in this game. I'm going to be watching that. I'm going to be watching his ice minutes. I'm going to be watching how engaged we are. And I'll tell you what, folks, we're playing Boston. We better have our heads up if we're going to think we're going to go out there and play soft. This isn't like other divisions. This is the hardest division in hockey, bar none. Regardless what other fans, this is it. This is the tough division. We all know it. Come on. You'll hear it everywhere. They're right. That's one thing I'll agree with what everybody says. This is above and beyond not just the hardest division and strongest with teams, it's the most physical division in the league. So we got to be prepared going into this game. All right, that's just my thoughts. I really wanted to touch mostly on this video on that note about we cannot be taken advantage of in any deals right now. And I prefer that Jack will sit there frustrated he hasn't been traded yet before we trade him for nothing. Sorry, no, it's not about being nice guys. It's about looking out for the team in the long run and getting the proper assets in return. No way. You know, we're going to get a lot from him, folks, no matter what you think. We're going to get a lot from him because that's all people are talking about is Jack Eichel. So obviously everybody wants him, you know, just saying. Okay, that's it. I'll see you folks later. And I'll try to do a video after the game if I can get it in there on time. Because win or lose, I'm going to show up and discuss, see what happened, you know. We do have a game to win, and we do have a streak of futility to break, sadly. And it'd be nice to get this buried and gone, you know, as soon as possible. I'll talk to you later, folks. Have a good one. Be safe.